And off the top at 5:30, breaking developments in the federal case against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. After pleading not guilty following his arrest in New York, a judge rules no bond. Diddy is charged with racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking. Good evening. I'm Jim Barry.
And I'm Lauren Pastrana. Naja is on assignment. Many details are stunning and maybe disturbing for some viewers to hear. CBS News Miami's Anna McAllister is live in Miami Beach with more on this explosive case. Anna?
Lauren, Jim, Diddy won't be here at his Star Island home or any of his properties for quite some time. According to investigators, they found a wealth of evidence here in Miami and in his LA homes back during those raids in March. And according to prosecutors, they say that Diddy coerced his victims to fulfill his sexual desires and to protect his reputation.
Hey, Shalom, Makim, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachakadash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders, the great millstone that taught us this truth, and that's so teaching this truth, and much peace, love, and salutation to the elect, beginning with 144,000, all the way down to the large multitude that believes, and who the Lord will deliver in these last days. To you all I say Shalom. I'm the brother Tazamah from the great millstone Dallas camp, coming back today with another lesson, and Lord willing, today this lesson will be edifying. And I want to do a quick lesson on this whole P. Diddy thing, this whole P. Diddy issue that's taking place in regards to, it's like for all that noise, but in regards to him, recently getting locked up. I want to say that he got locked up yesterday, and he's not, as you see on the bottom of the screen, it's no bond. He tried to pretty much post bail to a degree of like $50 million, where he sold. He mentioned that he will sell one of his mansions as well as his mother's house for $2 million, but he will fly out the country at that point on his private jet. He has multiple private jets, but pretty much, they said hell no. You know what I'm saying? And this is what happens whenever you get down with the devil. You lose your morals, you lose who you truly are, and he'll use you for a particular period of time to push forth and promote wickedness, which this dude Diddy, he's a smaller, Esau does what Diddy's arrested for, and what he's in the news for right now. Esau does this on a grander, on a grander scale. He does these things on a more grander scale. And oh yeah, by the way, I'm not using this clip for monetary purposes or anything like that. I'm not getting paid by this. This is all strictly educational. All right, but Esau does these things on a more grand scale, but he'll use individuals like Diddy, Rick Ross, Birdman, Jermaine Dupri, and I'm just naming people, as well as these high level actors, these high level sports figures, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade with this whole thing with his son, his son turning into a female. Zaza Wade, whatever the hell his son's name is, which, Drake, what I'm saying? These movie producers, they're all into freakism. They all into into that left-hand sexual magic, and these parties that Diddy was throwing at his mansion, they found over 1,000 bottles of lube, like baby lotion or baby oil and lotion and things of that nature. So this man was getting down. This man was this man was getting nasty. And that's one nasty nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's one nasty dude. You know what I'm saying? So, this is what happens. Okay, this is what happens whenever you try to imitate the devil. Let me actually grab a precept real quick on this. And that's all I'm gonna put in the video. But let me grab a precept real quick. This is Jeremiah chapter 50. This is the first one that comes to my mind. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 7. All right, it says, all that found them have devoured them. Talking about the different heathen nations. It says, and their adversaries said, we offend not, because they have sinned against Yahweh, the habitation of justice, even Yahweh, the hope of their fathers. So, what they'll do is they'll set up individuals, that'll be Jake, and Diddy, for lack of better words, he was pretty much to a degree, he was pretty much a shepherd, you know, and a shepherd is somebody who, you know, a shepherd is somebody who's supposed to be guiding the flock and guiding the sheep. But he was nothing more than a wicked shepherd, you know, because he's known as a mogul, you know, and he was known as a high-level businessman and a black entrepreneur, black excellence, black pride, black this, black that, black. You know, Jay-Z, that's another one. You know, Beyonce and Jay-Z, they're nothing more than gatekeepers as well, too. You know? And you can imagine all these people that was at these freak-off parties, you know, all these people that's coming out. You know what I'm saying? Cassie, she was pretty much a sex slave. You know, she was completely damn near under mind control. You know, so just imagine all these different faces and people who was at these freak-off parties, man. Not just actors and entertainers and sports figures, but you got high-level politicians, people that are in powerful positions, that are probably on camera, doing all kinds of nasty-ish, you know, all kinds of you-know-what. You know what I'm saying? And they all on camera. They all on video. You know what I'm saying? So this is just more to this is more to come. But this is what happens whenever you try to eat get a slice of the devil's pie, man. You end up in positions and scenarios like this. Let me grab Matthew. Let me grab Matthew the 16th chapter. I believe it's Matthew chapter 16. Yep, this is Matthew chapter 16. I read this morning. Matthew chapter 16, verse 25. This is Yahweh Shah speaking. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. And the way that you're taught to save your life in this world is by pretty much worshiping the things of this world. You know, I am the world, and the quote unquote dainties that come with this world, the riches that come with this world, the fame that comes with this world, the status that comes with this world. You know, the hoes, the females, things of that nature. The nice cars, the chains, the clothes. You know, all these things are things that come with this world, man. You see, and we're not to love the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him, as is written. What's in the world? The lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, the pride of life. All these things are of the world, and it makes you an enemy. It makes you an enemy against Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. But Jake has no morals, man. Jake doesn't have any kind of discipline. So they'll, you know, Esau will throw them, you know, They'll dangle they'll dangle the $1, you know, they'll dangle the $1 bill in front of their face with the fishing rod, and have Jake out there trying to fight to get the bag. But in the process of you trying to get the bag, you got to completely lose who you are, man. You got to completely lose who you are. You got to lose your soul, man. So it says, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it. Right? Now let's get this word lose. I'm just curious to see what this word lose is in the Greek. That word lose is a palumi, which I know that word pretty much means to be destroyed, for lack of better words, or to suffer loss. You know, so he that saveth his life gonna lose it. Right? And it says to destroy, right? To put out of the way entirely, abolish, put an end to ruin. You see? This man is completely ruined now. There's no escaping this. They're saying that this man could be facing decades in prison. Now, God forbid, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua forbid that we hear decades. You know, that would suck. But hey, if it's the will of the Lord, then it's the will of the Lord. But I don't see us being here for no decades. You know, but if that was the case, you know, they're saying that he would be here for decades, man, or he would be locked up for decades. You see, and he's just nothing more than just a sacrifice, you know, because there's a lot of bigger issues going on worldwide, and they'll use these events to keep the people glued to the boob tube, worried about Diddy. But we take information like this and scenarios like this to edify, and use the scriptures to edify. You see, because once again, Diddy was nothing more than just an example of another black, you know, a black successful, I'm using black on purpose, a black successful entrepreneur. You know, a self-made billionaire and this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? But look at all the things that he was doing behind closed doors. That's why the scripture says The things that are done, let me get that real fast. Let me get that. The things that are done in the dark will soon come to light. And these jakes that are in high level positions and that sold out and things of that nature, man, they gonna lose, and they gonna end up losing. They're gonna ultimately end up losing when it's all said and done. Okay? This is Luke chapter 12, verse 2. All right, it says, "For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, nothing hid that shall not be known." You see that? There's nothing that you can cover or hide that you do in wickedness that won't eventually come out to the light. And a lot of these people's sins and their acts and their deeds are coming out and being made manifest openly. You see? Because think about all the people that was at these parties, at these freak off. They call them freak off sessions, where for hours on end, they'll get high as hell, drunk as hell. They'll be on all kinds of drugs, mollies, and things of that nature, and they'll just be pretty much freaking off on each other, man. And it'll get within these parties, it'll get nasty. These Diddy parties. You see? A freak off session. Over 1,000 bottles of lotion? Like, come on, man. You like, come on now. You know what the hell was going on, man. Then you had Bishop T.D. Snakes, who was supposedly at one of these parties, and he's a well-renowned pastor. A worldwide renowned pastor, man. You see? So you got a lot of people that's probably like, oh shit, all the video footage got confiscated. So you better believe that you got a bunch of people that's in high level positions, celebrities. Remember that video where LeBron James, I don't know if people seen it, but that video of LeBron James, I guess it was Bronny James's birthday, and then he called Diddy on a FaceTime, and then LeBron was over here, hey man, hey, come to the phone, man. Diddy want to say happy birthday, over there dancing together. You already know LBJ was in them things. So just watch and see what's gonna happen. All right, so let's go back to the scripture I had held. It says, render useless to kill, because that's the word that we got for lose. Whosoever will save his life shall lose it. Right? Let me go back to it. It took me away from it. Right? Matthew 16:25, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. You see? Because when it comes to serving Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, on this side, you pretty much will be losing. You're not going to be as popular. You're not going to have no status. You're going to be hated. You're going to be persecuted. But at the end result is the true riches. You see, these riches here, the scripture said that riches give themselves wings and they fly out the way. But you see, but in the kingdom, okay, we're going to have durable riches, man. We're going to have treasures that can't be corrupted. You see, they try to get a corruptible crown on this side, but us, as the scripture says, we fight for an incorruptible crown. Okay, verse 26, it says, for what is a man profited or gained if he shall gain the whole world, right? The worldly affairs, the riches that come with this world, the status, like I mentioned earlier, and lose his own soul. Because when you get to that level of making, there's particular levels of stardom and fame that you can get. You see what I'm saying? There's particular levels that you get. One level that you get to is that level of where you got to go through that extra door. You got to go through that door. That $50 million club, and then you got the $100 million club, the $500 million club, and then when you in the billions, oh yeah, you done sacrifice some people. You done sacrifice people. You done drank all kind of BOLOOD. You done had all kinds of you done did all kind of heinous things to CHILDREN. You done had all kinds of nasty people defecating on you and boo-booing on you, and you doing that to other people. You know what I'm saying? You done went there. If you in that realm, man. And there was no shame in his game. You see, he did all that for some uncertain riches. Ultimately, that's gonna go down the drain. And now look at him. You see? So it says, for what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Let's get that word, exchange. What shall he give in exchange for his soul? That word exchange, all right, is entalagma. All right, entalagma. And we get that word exchange, it says that which is given in place of another thing by way of exchange. And that's where you have people that say, I sold my soul for the devil. I know it was a crappy deal, but at least it came with a few toys like a Happy Meal. You know, as they say, they ain't no spiritual demon that'll pop up. Do you sell your soul to me? Nah, like you selling your soul to the devil is you signing your life and you pretty much signing your name and your life on that dotted line. You are owned by them. And everything that they tell you to do, you got to do it. They'll give you that black card. You know what I'm saying? They'll give you that black card with no limit. And that's what they buy them, fancy cars and expensive clothes and jewelry and houses and things of that nature. You know, they fly over here, they fly over there, they buy the expensive bottles, they go to clubs, parties, and they just use that black card, or they go to the, you know, they flash their money. But whenever they want to cut you off, all they got to do is just cut off your credit. Now what you going to do? And a lot of these people, you know, when they got this money, man, you know, a lot of them, you know, they gotta pay back the record labels. But, you know, Diddy was on another level. But he was still minuscule. Excuse me. He's still minuscule on the grand scheme of things. Excuse me. So it says that which is given in place of another thing by way of exchange. What is given either in order to keep or to acquire anything, you see? You stay down with the program with them, they'll keep feeding you the little dainties. But as soon as you get out of line, that's when they snap you. You see? And once again, Diddy's just nothing more than just a sacrifice at the end of the day. Okay? Now let's grab let's actually take a little more listen to this.
Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs now facing several serious federal charges.
Sean Combs led and participated.
That nigga ain't gonna be able to dance his way out of this one.
In a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice.
The 3-count indictment comes after numerous lawsuits accusing Diddy of sexual assault and battery, and months after the surveillance video from 2016 was released of him beating his former girlfriend.
Talking about this man walked out in a towel. He ain't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Walked out in that towel. You already know what was going down. And there's all kinds of videos of him, you know, and other rappers and entertainers. You know, like there's a video of him and French Montana. French Montana sitting at this table with his shirt off and he all oiled up and stuff. And Diddy walking up to him with the, you know, I just want to say, man, congratulations. It looked weird. It's just on some weirdo shit, man.
Friend Cassie Ventura in a Los Angeles hotel. In March, federal agents raided both Diddy's Miami and Los Angeles homes, and prosecutors say they found evidence of freak-off sex parties where victims were allegedly...
This man got a big-ass, like 100-foot bed in his backyard.
...forced to participate.
They seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and a large capacity drum magazine. They also seized evidence of the freak-offs, electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims.
The indictment...
Man, when you got something called a freak-off, that I'm talking about there's no limit. I'm talking about there's no limits to where these people was going in these parties, man. A freak-off session. Man. Just freak off. You know what I'm saying? Do your heart's desire. Do as thou wilt. That's really the do as thou wilt. You know? This is Proverbs 23, verse 1. It says, when thou sittest to eat with a ruler, consider diligently what is before thee. You see, and they don't consider diligently what's before them whenever they have that paper and that deal set in front of them. You know, they got that deal that's set in front of them, and they like, man, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know, if you sign this deal, we'll give you $3 million. You know, we'll give you a record deal and $3 million advance. And then Jacob's just like, hell yeah, man, I'm getting out the hood. I'm finna buy this, I'm finna buy that. But they don't know what they're getting themselves into. Whenever you sign on that dotted line, that's your ass. That's your life. You see? So it says, when thou sittest to eat with the ruler, consider diligently what is before thee, and put a knife to thy throat, if thou be a man given to appetite. You see, because Jake is typically not in the best positions. You see what I'm saying? We're typically in a position where we're down and out, where you give the average Jake. When I say I'm lowballing, and I'm using this as an example. You give the average Jake, right? You give an average Jake $5,000, and I'm doing this on completely low standards. You give the average Jake $5,000, they're gonna feel like they hit the lottery. They're gonna feel like, oh shit, hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? Gonna start going to the club, buying this or buying that. So just imagine a Jake, right, that came from nothing, living in the slums, that came from nothing, and being offered 5 million, 10 million. These big contracts, you know what I'm saying? These contracts of, millions of dollars. They're not even going to read it. They're just going to sign it. All they're going to see is a advance. And it's going to be, you look in your bank account the next day, and you got nothing but, you got 5, 6, you know what I'm saying? You got the number 5 and then 000, you know what I'm saying? 000,000 on your bank account. You're going to lose your damn mind. But what comes with that is selling out. It says, be not desirous of his dainties. Now, what is a dainty? It says, be not desirous of his dainties. That word is mata'im. Okay, mata'im. Which a dainty says only plural tasty or savory food. Dainties. You see, things that are good to the palate, but it's not necessarily good for your body. See, donuts taste good. Like sweets and cookies and candy and all that kind of stuff. You particular foods, they taste good. But are they good for you though? Is the question. If you eat too much of them, what could happen, man? Your body could be all jacked up, man. So if you mess around with Esau's dainties too much, at the long, it'll be good. It'll taste good. But at the long run, you're really hurting yourself. And then the root word is ma'aim, which is to taste, perceive, or eat. You see, that's that. Like the fruit, which was that forbidden knowledge that Eve got. It was looked at as fruit, and she wanted to taste it. You know what I'm saying? She desired it. It looked good, and she ate it. Which ultimately, through that, 144 call hello Yahweh Shemal Shah, and through that, what happened? Through her, we all died. Now look at us. You see, it was desirous to the eyes. That's why the scriptures tell us, touch not and taste not. So it says, be not desirous of his dainties, for they are deceitful meat. You see? Because when you sign on that line and you get in that realm, you play by his rules at that point. You don't play by your own rules. You don't got control over who you are. Look who they off. Michael Jackson, he tried to buy Sony. He tried to be pretty much CEO of Sony, and what happened? Boom, offed him. Prince, he tried to get rights to his own name. He didn't even own his own name. He tried to get rights to his own name and pretty much got it, and got his masters. And somebody who's more equipped with Prince can probably be more detailed with it. But boom, then eventually what happened with him? Out of there. When you don't play by their rules, they'll get you. Because now you in their realm. It says, wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle toward heaven. Look, now look at Diddy. You see? It says, eat thou not the bread of him that hath an evil eye. You see, because ultimately they feel like as if, Esau gave them a couple million, 50 million, 100 million, that now they on the same playing field. He's cool. But this man has it out to kill you. The scriptures tell you, never trust thine enemy. As iron rusted, so does his wickedness, man. So you should never trust your enemy, man. You know, here's this man signing your checks. You don't sign your own check. Diddy still work for somebody, man. He a businessman, he a mogul, he this and he that. No, Diddy still had people he had to answer to. You see? You a slave in this game. You are a slave in this game. You know? I'm gonna get one more precept and wrap it up after this. I gotta pick up my son. But it says, "Wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings; they fly away as an eagle toward heaven. Eat thou not the bread of him that hath an evil eye, neither desire thou his dainty meats. For as he thinketh in his heart, right, so is he. Eat and drink, saith he to thee, but his heart is not with thee." You see that? His heart ain't with you. His heart is really to destroy you at the end of the day. And you was nothing more than just a puppet. In the grand scheme of things, used to be a weapon and be an instrument to push forth more wickedness, to have more Jake and debauchery. You know, and once he was done with you and use you up, he'll spit you out. Okay? One more. Let's actually get it here. And this will be the last one. Ecclesiasticus 13 and 1. If you touch tar, if you touch tar, it will stick to you. And if you keep company with arrogant people, proud people, you will come to be just like them. You see, because when they get on that same status, now they become proud as hell. You can't walk up on these guys. You know, you can't say nothing to them. They're arrogant. They feel as if they can never fall down, right? Don't try to lift something too heavy for you, and don't keep company with people who are richer and more powerful than you. Because at these parties, you better believe that there was more powerful people involved than him that was there. He was just the host of the party. He was pretty much the minister or the servant, right? You cannot keep a clay pot next to an iron kettle. The pot will break if it hits the kettle. You see that? If a rich person wrongs someone, he can afford to add insult to injury, right? But if a poor person is wronged, which we're still poor, we're still under the curses, right? He is forced to apologize for himself. Now he's looked at as being, you know, Esau's doing this still on a worldwide scale, but here it is. He you know, it's still, this nigga's still nasty and wicked, but now he's on the spotlight. A rich person will use you as long as he can profit from it, but when you need him, he will leave you helpless. See that? This is exactly what's happening with him. He will live with you as long as you have nothing, as long as you have anything, and will gladly drain you dry. If he needs you, he would trick you with the smiles and cheerful kindly words. Do you need anything? He will ask. He will feed you until you are embarrassed. Now this man Diddy is a laughingstock, man. Finally, when he has drained you two or three times over, he will laugh at you. If you see him later, he will pretend he doesn't know you and will pass by you. You see that? And this is the position that he's in right now. So I just wanted to do a quick lesson on this. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the elect. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Hakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders, a great millstone that taught us this truth and that's still teaching this truth. And much peace, love, and salutation to the elect. Until next time, I say shalom.